Now I know this, I am kicking myself. And I haven't heard one single soul talk about this. Now I know why. But here's the light bulb moment. It just blows my mind, this stuff. Could have made such a difference to my journey. The stupid one. In plain sight. Is this dropped yet? Just sit with that one for a moment. Have you ever taken exactly the same GLP-1 dose 2 weeks running, but somehow felt completely different on both weeks? One week you feel brilliant and you're thinking, oh my God, this stuff is amazing, especially the first week. Side effects are mild. You might not even have any side effects. And then, boom, out of the blue, you're nausea, you're shattered, you're struggling to eat. You're wondering, why have these side effects just suddenly blown up? Because nothing's changed. The same pen, same dose, you're eating the same food. Surely your body should be getting used to the medication the longer you're on it, not worse. I've just had a proper slap the forehead moment. Only took me 18 months and it was sitting there in plain sight all along. I knew weekly GLP-1 injections could remain in your body for weeks after you stop taking them. I know this because I've stopped several times myself because of ill health. What I hadn't properly connected was what it could mean while you're still taking your injections week in, week out. Every time you take your injection, you're not necessarily injecting into an empty body. When I say empty, I mean your body is no GLP-1 medication in it. Some of your previous injection may still be present when you take your next one. Just sit with that one for a moment. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? But why didn't I connect the dots? Could this explain why the exact same injected dose can sometimes feel completely different from 1 week to the next? The only reason I'm saying this is I spent most of my first 12 months on Mounjaro feeling nauseous. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand why. Now I know this, I am kicking myself because this could help explain at least part of what I was experiencing. I'm Jackie, by the way, if you've not been here before. I'm a 61-year-old fat lady who has lost close to 8 stone using Mounjaro over the last 18 months. I'm not a doctor, I'm not medical, I am certainly not an influencer, you're right. I've decided to rebrand myself as an experiencer. I'm creating a new word. I experience this stuff, I make the mistake and I work it all out, and then I come back and share it with you lovely lot, hopefully making your lives a little bit easier. So if you do get any value from this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up and comment. I'm not telling you to change your dose. What you decide to do with your own medication is your responsibility. I'm sharing my journey, what's happened to me, and what I honestly believe could have made such a difference to my journey if I'd have known this stuff sooner. Disclaimer done. Let's work this out together. Let me break this down for you. So let's say you take your very first 2.5 milligram injection. Before that injection, you don't have any Mounjaro in your body at all. Now that first week, you might experience, not everybody, a lovely first week, feeling really good. Food noise is starting to quieten down. You're starting to feel fuller, feel the weight shifting literally, and your side effects, they might be mild, but you might not have any at all. Some people call this first week the Mounjaro high. Then 7 days later, you take your second 2.5 milligram injection thinking, this is brilliant, I could do this all day long, this is a miracle, I wish I'd known about this sooner. You're still injecting 2.5 milligram exactly as you're prescribed and you expect the same. But this is the bit I miss. Your previous injection hasn't necessarily left your body entirely. This happened to me, and I know it's happened to a lot of people. Some of that first injection can still be present when you inject your second 2.5 milligram. But there is more to this, and it could affect your whole journey. You've injected the same dose, but the total amount of medication present in your body, the chances are it's going to be higher. What you inject that week and the total amount already present in your body are not quite the same thing. Is this dropped yet? Do you see what I mean now? When I found this out, this blew me away. I'm like, oh my God, I can kind of understand now. We're told that this is to help the medication build over time before settling into a steadier pattern. I'm not convinced about this steady pattern because every week that particular pattern showed me that I was getting side effects from my Mounjaro dose. So I called it, I suffered the dose related side effects every single week for months and months and months. This could explain this overlapping. Think about it. But here's the light bulb moment. Science didn't hide this. It's sitting there in the prescribing information we get. The real life meaning to this, it should have been highlighted to what it means to take these doses each week that you are stacking from previous doses, because that has a big impact on us. They were my side effects, and I haven't heard one single soul talk about this on social media. Not one. I mean, I've been in this nearly 2 years and I do a lot of research and nobody is talking about it. Am I watching the wrong videos? Have I been picking up the wrong information? We've been concentrating so much on the doses going up, never thought to bring the doses slightly down because of the overlapping. I mean, there's other reasons you can bring the dose down. If you're having a really tough time, you bring the dose down. But I didn't understand I could have been overlapping my doses. And it's not just that. The time you spend trying to work this out for yourself, because I did that, I got so confused. And I know there's lots of my members over on my free community that have described something very similar. By the way, the community is free over on School, SKOOL, and links in the description if you want to join. It's a lovely little sort of place to share your journey. You're in this situation where you're getting these side effects. I didn't connect the dots to think I could have been stacking, and that was the reason. Some of those side effects took me to my knees some weeks, and it's relentless, and it's for months and months and months. It might not have been random. I honestly thought that's how Mounjaro reacts to me. Nausea was like car sickness. Do you know what it's like to have car sickness for near on 6-8 months? I don't just have one day of it. Start like day 2 and it could last till day 4 or day 5, and then it'd start all over again next time I took another injection. So that's why I knew it was dose related side effects for me. Mounjaro gave me that pattern. Every time I took a dose, I saw the pattern. I was aware that nausea can be triggered from what you eat, your hydration, what you don't eat, and all our bodies are different. I tracked all that because I'm a creature of habit, so I was eating the same stuff every week and drinking the same stuff, doing the same thing. Nothing changed. Once I saw that, I could see it was a Mounjaro related side effect. Now I know why. Potentially. I'm going to bring the science into this, so those critics out there, Jackie's not just making this stuff up. Mounjaro has half-life of approximately 5 days. What does half-life mean? How long it takes for the medication in your body to reduce by half. So when you take your Mounjaro jab, 5 days in, you have still half left in your system. Semaglutide, which is your Wegovy and is it on Ozempic, that one just blew me away, is 1 week. That's 7 days. You take your jab a week later, you still have half of that full dose in when you are injecting again. It just blows my mind, this stuff. Now, don't panic. It doesn't mean the medication is dangerously sort of filling up your body and it's never going to leave. It's not how it works. See, is it like a bath full of water with one of those dodgy drains where it just slowly drains out? It takes forever. It will eventually drain out, but every time you're turning the tap on and adding another dose, that bath is getting just that little bit more fuller and fuller and fuller. Apparently, there's a 4-week window. After 4 weeks, apparently, I don't believe this because it didn't work for me, your body finds that steady state. This means that you will have the very natural high and lows. I've got a chart on my school community and it shows you day 1 you take the injection, 2, 3 it's at its peak potency and then it comes down. Even then, I didn't recognise that at day 7 there is still some left in your body. It didn't register with me at all. That overlap is still there. I saw it. I've created this chart and it never dawned on me what it meant for the next jab that was going in. It shows that whenever your dose changes as well, that obviously you're going to have to, this whole steady pattern that it creates has got to create again. Let's just say, for example, you're on 2.5, you take it for 4 weeks, and then you get to that 4th week, and then you're supposedly in this steady state, and you're on this very natural highs and lows that the potency of the Mounjaro has in your body. But then you're expected to go up to 5 milligrams. from 2.5 to 5 milligrams. Now, I know one of the biggest regrets is listening to the prescriber. I'm not saying you shouldn't, please don't advocate that, but they recognise that that was a mistake because they got up to like 15 milligrams after like, what is it, 5 months, 4 months or something like that. And they wish they'd stayed where they were happy. They seem to have suffered more side effects with that. Really, you're literally doubling the dose to go into it. The standard license schedule is 2.5 for 4 weeks, 5 for 4 weeks, and blah blah blah, and it goes up. That's the standard. But I think even now the prescribers do now let you know you can stay on 2.5 if you're happy on 2.5. They don't push it like they used to right at the beginning. Your body is potentially not experiencing as many severe overlaps, because not only have you got the overlap of your same dose, you've then got the additional of the heavier doses, and then you've got the overlapping of the heavier doses, and then it creates this window. And I think that's where a lot of side effects have come in. So would I have done things differently if I understood all this? Honestly, yes. On those particular bad weeks when the nausea was taking me to my knees again, I believe I would have potentially reduced my dose, my clicks. Again, just my journey. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you truthfully what I would have done with my own pen if I'd properly understood what might have been happening inside my body, if I knew that this stacking was taking place. But I generally thought that nausea was simply part of the package of taking Mounjaro. I never realised the overlapping doses could have potentially been the contributed to this. I tracked everything back in the day to try and find the triggers, and nothing seemed to make sense. I now appreciate why I did what I did. I went with my gut instinct. I will go up as I see fit. I was asked after the 4 weeks, I was asked to go up to 5 milligram. I ordered the pen, and then I thought, no, I'm happy at 2.5, and I was. And it was only as the months rolled over I saw how happy I was on 2.5. I was losing happily. I didn't need to go up, and it was only until I heard the food noise more and I saw that it was creeping back in and it was making effects on the whole system, the whole diet thing. Only then did I think, okay, I might need to go up a bit. I explain much more about this in one of my most popular videos. There's over 100,000 views on it now. I'm so pleased. It's called My Pen, My Rules, and I go into detail and explain how I gradually increased those clicks so I could just go very, very gradually. Never occurred to me to click down the other way when the nausea was really bad. But looking back with this information I have now, I'm glad I increased at my pace and gradually. You have to do what is best for you. Would knowing this have changed other decisions I made? Yes, I do think it would. It would have helped me understand there was another possibility to those side effects instead of feeling like I'd done something wrong. This journey is confusing enough without us blaming ourselves for every difficult week that we've done something wrong. When is it a good time to move up a dose? And that is what's going to be coming in with the next video. I don't think it's just a case of when do I move up a dose. It could be when do I move down? And I'm not talking about maintenance or titrating down for maintenance either. I am back on MJ. I have been for a couple of months now. I'm now currently on 5 milligram. I am going to be a true guinea pig, potentially look at shuffling this back in. I'm going to try and work it out for my own self. So listen, I'd be really interested to know. Tell me in the comments, did you already understand how these weekly doses overlap? Am I the only one that didn't? Am I the stupid one? Come and join us over in the community. We've got hundreds there that share their journey. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to love you and leave you now. Links are all down below. You take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.